All right, good morning, you guys. How are you? You guys are good? You ready to? Today we're going to make homemade biscuits. Yes. So I've got my class, Meepa, phase 2, scream. Ah! You guys are ready? Ah! Okay. I need to do a sound off before we get started. Okay? Sound off number 1. Flour. Everybody raise your flour. See if you got flour just in case you need anything else. Uh-oh. Everybody has flour. Okay. Baking powder. Everybody has baking powder. Can somebody tell me, what do you think the baking powder is for?
That's not baking. Make it
You think it's to make it rise? So you don't have flat biscuits? Okay, we need baking soda. We have baking soda. Very good. We have sugar. Sugar. We have salt. There's salt. We have butter or margarine. Butter, margarine. Okay. Is it cold? Is it cold?
Yeah.
Very good. It has to. Very good. It has to be cold. And the last thing we need is milk. Milk. Okay, is anyone missing anything? You need to go get it. Remember, there's flour. There's baking powder, baking soda, sugar, salt, butter, and milk.
Can you do that again?
There's flour, powder, baking powder, baking soda, sugar, salt, butter, and milk. We got everything? Okay, do we have our measuring cups? Got our measuring cups?
Yes.
Do you have your measuring spoons? Okay, we need... You need what is called a butter knife, because we're going to cut the butter. And you need either a fork, a whisk, or something that you can kind of mash the... I would say just a whisk or a fork, so you can stir things. Okay?
I have a whisk, but I have a hand mixer.
No, you can use a fork.
Where?
Yeah, you can just use a fork.
I'm doing one of these.
Okay? For all of you that haven't washed your hands yet, we're going to go ahead and get our hands washed. Let's do that now. Okay, so we got all of our hands washed. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start by mixing all of the dry ingredients. Can somebody give me the first dry ingredient you think we should use?
Flour.
The flour. Now I need you to take and measure out 2 cups of flour. Mine is going to be a little different because I'm actually using brown flour or wheat flour. 1, 2. Make sure it's only 2 cups. Emmanuel, stick the cup inside of there so you don't have to pour it. Just stick it inside there to make it easier.
That don't matter.
Are you guys okay? Does everyone have 2 cups of flour inside their bowl? Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add 4 teaspoons of baking powder. So get your baking powder, not baking soda, but baking powder. And get your teaspoon. And we're going to put 4 teaspoons of baking powder. One is 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we've got 4 teaspoons of baking powder.
4 teaspoons of baking powder.
Okay, you guys got your baking powder?
Yes.
Okay. Now the next one you're going to find is in your measuring spoons, the smallest one, which is a 1/4 teaspoon, which is 1/4. You see the 1/4? We only need 1 of those. Just 1/4.
What do we put in 1/4 of?
1/4 of baking soda. Not baking powder, because remember you did 4 teaspoons of baking powder. You're going to do 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Now for the next thing, I need you to find the 1 teaspoon of sugar. Only 1. One teaspoon of sugar. One teaspoon of sugar only. Okay. And the last of your dry ingredients is if you need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Wait a minute, that's a tablespoon. Ooh, Lord, that was going to be messed up. It's not a tablespoon. I almost messed up myself. A teaspoon. On your teaspoon, you will see TSP, not TBSP, but TSP. So a half teaspoon of salt. We got that? What? Wait a minute. What is that?
Teaspoon. 1.5 teaspoon.
1.5 teaspoons of what?
1 and 2.
No. You need 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon of salt. Just 1. No, no, I'm sorry. A half teaspoon of salt. Just a half.
Yeah, isn't a half 1 and 2?
Yeah, the 1 and 2 on it. Yeah, okay. It's got the 1 and 2 on it, but it's not tablespoon. It doesn't have a B in it.
Yes, it's TASP.
TSP?
Yeah.
Cause that looks pretty big. That looks pretty big. Let me see. Hold it up. What?
It says teaspoon.
It says teaspoon? Okay. If it's a half teaspoon, it has a 1 and a 2 on it. A half teaspoon. Okay, we got all that? Okay. Now I need you to take your whisk or your fork. Your fork, or you can use your whisk. And mix all your dry ingredients together. Make sure they're all mixed together. Okay, we've got that. Now what we're going to do is I need you guys to look at your butter. Look at your butter. And we need a 1/3 cup of butter. A 1/3 cup. So, what does that look like? So, if you put
a 1/3 of butter. Look at it's lines on here.
Let's see. I think it's 1 teaspoon. Let's see. Here, let's do a 1/3 cup.
That's 1/3. See the 1/3? Put it right there and put it in there.
So 1/3. So look, 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoon, 3 teaspoon is a 1/3 cup. So you see all you're there, you see 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoon, 3 teaspoon. And so it should look like this. Should look just like that much. And what you guys are going to do now.
Like this?
Yeah, no, that's only 1. It should look like this. See, 1 it should look like this. That thick and this long. So, see, look at it. Look here. It says 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoon, 3 teaspoon, and cut it right there. 1, 2, 3. Otherwise, you won't have enough butter. Don't put it in there like that. That's not what you needed it to do it. I just needed you to do it, cut it like this. Because you're going to cut it up in squares. So it should not be creamy so it can go in the cup. I only had you put it in a cup so you can measure it. You want it whole like this. Did you drop your whole bowl of stuff? Kayshawn. Kayshawn. Did you drop the whole bowl of stuff? Did you drop the whole bowl of stuff?
No.
Oh, okay. Come on. We're going to the next step now. Come on. So, right just like this, 1/3. Just take you guys don't have sticks of butter? Okay, so you'll have to do it differently. So you have to put them in a cup. Is it cold? Is it cold? It's cold as long as it's cold. Okay, now what we're going to do for you guys that have the sticks of butter, take your 1/3 and I want you to cut them in little pieces. So you cut them like this. Then you're going to cut them like this. See? See? You see their little squares? They're little squares.
Push it off.
Cut the squares into squares.
Cut the squares into squares. So you can cut one square. You start cutting it.
Push it off. So you have a bunch. What? Let's see. Yeah, that's good. You should be able to cut them into 4. Here. See, look here. You take this one. You take this one right here. See, look. Emmanuel, look. You take this one and you cut it into 4 pieces. You take it. That's how it looks. You cut it into 4 pieces. And then what we're going to do is we'll put it back in our cup to measure it out.
Now we put it in one cup, Miss Ronda?
Put it back in the cup after you cut them all up. And look, you have 1/3 cup of butter. 1/3 cup of butter. And we're going to put that in our bowl. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to do is, because it's going to be a little bit of crumbly, like, so all the butter, when you mix it, it's going to be like little bitty size of peas. So don't get all upset with it if it's not melting. You don't want it to melt. So either take your whisk or your fork, your whisk and your fork. Put the butter in there. And just start beating it.
Right, beat it up.
It's going to take you some time. Just start beating it. You're going to see it's going to start coming together. Make sure all of the butter is here. Take it in with the fork or your whisk, and you take and whisk all that together. Let's stump on that butter. Yeah, I hear some cooking going on over there, some mixing. I hear some mixing going on. That's what you want. Some mixing. So when you look at it, you shouldn't have chunks. Like if you still got chunks in there, it's not ready yet.
Yep, keep smashing until it's all smashed up. Now it's not going to be perfect because that's why we're going to add the milk. But make sure all of your butter is kind of crumbled up. Make sure all the butter is crumbled up into little size of like peas, like this. Little bitty pea sizes. All of your butter is crumbled up. No big chunks. Are you guys almost finished? You almost finished?
Think so.
Okay, you got all that butter in there. And then what are we going to do? We're going to take, we need 3/4 cups of butter. I mean, 3/4 cups of milk. So listen, so you got a 1/4 cup. How many of these are you going to use? If I need 3/4 cups, how many do I use? We're going to use 3, but we're only going to mix them a little bit at a time. So I want you to take that 1/4 cup, and I only want you to put one of your the 1/4 cup, only one of them, right now, and pour it in the bowl. And then we're going to wait before we put the other 2 in. So let's mix that one. Let's mix that one. It's only a 1/4 cup. So let's mix that one. And you're going to start seeing it's going to be a little kind of like doughy.
Yeah.
It's starting to become doughy. But you're going to find out also too, you're still going to see, it's going to highlight that if you still have any chunks of butter in there. Let's get that all stirred. And as you notice, as we're stirring, the butter is getting softer. Much softer. Okay, now, let's put the second 1/4 cup in now. Second 1/4 cup.
Second.
Because you're going to do, because you're going to do 3 all together. But you only want to you should have no more than 2 1/4 cups in there now. And we're going to stir it again. And it's coming together a little bit more. Keep stirring it. You guys are watching it change? Yeah. By the 3rd cup, it's going to actually be a real dough. Make sure you get around those sides in your bowl.
Okay.
Make sure all of that flour gets a little bit of that moisture. All right, now let's do our last cup. That last 1/4 cup. All righty. All righty. You got that last 1/4 cup in there. So now, you guys should have it should be a real good dough now. Is it turned into it should not be anything crumbly in there. Mix it all in. Mix it all in. Make sure there's no crumbles. Because that means it's not beat good enough if there's any crumbles. It should be thick, but it shouldn't be any crumbles. Like any type of dry flour. No dry flour. It should be real doughy. It should be real doughy. By now it should be doughy. You guys got a nice dough? Almost. It should be real nice and doughy. And then what we're going to do is on a flat surface, a clean flat surface in your kitchen, I need you to take a little bit of flour in your hand. Let me show you how you do it. Take some flour in your hand like this. See? And I need you to spread it on your counter or your board like this. Smooth it out because we're going to roll the dough. So let's put it together in a big ball, all together. See? Start putting it in a big ball. After you mix it, it should all be able to fit in a big ball. Okay, did everybody get the step where you need to put the flour on the flat surface? Did you it can either be a clean counter, but spread some flour on it. Spread flour on it. Very good. By now, I had used brown flour, but you guys use all-purpose flour, which is good. And so by now you should have a nice ball. And now what we're going to do is take that nice ball and we're going to put it on a flat surface and we're going to roll it a little bit. Make sure there's flour. See, make sure there's flour on there. And we're going to roll it. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. You guys have officially made homemade biscuits. How does that sound? That sounds good. So now we got to see how they're going to taste. Yes. Yep. Because what you guys are going to do, you roll them. Make sure you get the flour on them. Excuse me? Yeah, just like that. And then make sure you're done with the ball, Kayshawn. Take and put the flour on there and now roll it. You need to roll it. You should have a long piece like this. See? See?
Oh.
You need to roll it. And I'm going to show you guys something. And let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a stick of butter. Look. Now, you guys can't use the ovens. And you can't do that. So, I'll get in touch with your parents to let them know what degree to put this on in the oven. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to rub butter in the pan. I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do. No, not you, Emmanuel. Your mom. When it's time, just remember that. You rub it in the pan. And then I'm going to take my knife. And I'm going to cut I'm going to cut I'm going to make it roll into a ball here. And then I'm going to take and put my biscuits in. Yep. Some of you guys are there with your parents, so you guys can do this part. Some of you guys aren't. Some of you need to take your dough and put it in the refrigerator.
Okay.
You need to take and put it in the refrigerator until you're ready to cook it. Okay? Yep. And when it's time to cook it, you're going to preheat the oven to 450. Yep, you preheat the oven to 450, and you'll see. You guys got it? For those of you who don't have supervision, you know that you don't use the oven. What?
Where did you say preheat the oven to?
450. Oh, you guys see these? Don't they look awesome? Then you kind of smash them down a little bit. No more popping the can. Okay, and this is how mine look. See? But you put butter on the bottom so they don't stick. And this is how they look. Is everybody okay?
Yes.
Did anybody miss a step? Does everybody have a big ball of dough?
Yeah.
All right. Yes. That's what I like to hear. Yay. You guys are all chefs. Woo.
I'm going for one.
And when it's time for your parents, some of you guys are going to do it right away. Preheat the oven at 450. You put them in there 10 to 15. I think it was 10 minutes. And then take it out and have some syrup with it or some butter, and send me a picture to let me know how they came out. Okay?
Okay.
Does anybody need any help? Anybody need any steps or something? Is everybody, Grandma, you okay back there?
What did you say do with the pan?
What do you, take your butter and rub it at the bottom. You're just gonna rub it at the bottom because you want to make sure that it doesn't stick.
It's a little bit crumbly.
It shouldn't be crumbly.
But this one, Ronda?
Yes, those look awesome. Very good. Yes. Yes. But it shouldn't be crumbly. But if it is a little crumbly, add a tap of milk. Maybe a teaspoon of milk, and make sure it's in a real good dough ball. Because somehow you may have missed one of the steps. Very good, Connor. It looks good. But remember, you got to roll it. Roll it on the surface of the flour.
You gotta put it on the flour. Keep mix some flour with this dear part.
Let's see some of how are you guys looking over there?
Roll yours in a pan.
Ours is still a little bit
Just
wrong.
rub it.
I'm going to put mine in the oven. All right, Anna. Yes. Yes. What'd you say?
How does this look though? This is how I made it, but it keeps falling apart though.
You know, you put it together because at first it was together. I saw it. It was together, and you keep messing with it. You keep messing with it. Put the whole thing in a bowl and let me see. Did you roll it on the flour yet?
Yeah, I already did.
Oh, you're not supposed to re-ball it up. Just put it back in your pan. Okay, did you roll it? Did you roll it?
Yeah, I did this.
Okay, awesome. Now, put it back in the bowl.
Yep.
Okay.
I just put it back in the bowl.
And do you have like some saran wrap or aluminum foil or something you can cover it up with? Or even a top to go on the bowl? Do you have a top to go on the bowl?
No, but I do have aluminum foil.
Okay, take some aluminum foil and put it over the bowl. Because you're going to wait till your mom and dad gets home, okay? Before you cook them. Before you bake them. You already what? Awesome. Let me see. Ah, they look good. Yes. 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 Now you guys will be able to help make breakfast. Some eggs and your mom and dad say, oh, could you open up those can of biscuits? No way. I know how to bake mine by scratch, okay? And you can say it with confidence. So I want to see how they turn out. You guys all send me a picture. And you guys put some jelly on them. Or some syrup. Or you can just eat them plain and put some butter on the top.
We need some aluminum foil put in.
I know.
Okay. In a minute, I'm going to let you guys know that you guys have the rest of the day to enjoy the sunshine. This is our only assignment today. Was cooking with Miss Ronda. Don't sound too happy. Very good. Those look good. You know what? Smash them down some. Smash them down some. You don't want them in bowls. You want to smash them down. Okay. Did you roll them? Very good. Okay. Don't feel bad if they don't look perfect because some of this is your first time doing it. So don't feel bad at all. Samuel is really having a day today. I guess he wants to cook too. Okay, you're gonna put those look really good. You got Dad there to help you put them in the oven? Okay. Yep, we don't do any of that on our own because we don't want any accidents. No accidents. No mix-ups. So that's why we wait. And when you preheat the oven to 450, remember, let the bell go off first before you put it in the oven. You want the oven to be already hot to the temperature where it should be. Or it'll cook too long and it will dry out your biscuits.
Yeah.
Cooking the biscuits for?
10, you could do a 10, and some of us say 10 to 15, but I would say 10. If it's preheated, it shouldn't be any more than 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. But you can check it to see if they're flaky or whatever, if they're done and not doughy on the inside. You guys all good? You guys all good? If you're all good, give me a wave. Give me a wave. All right, Emmanuel, where are you? I don't see you. Okay, I need a wave to make sure everybody's okay before we sign off. Jalen, can I get a wave? Very good, Chloe. And guess what? When you finish, what do you need to do? Clean up. Put everything back. Put the milk in the refrigerator, the butter. Put all the dry things away. Put everything away. That's going to be your best bet. Put everything away. Clean up all the flour. You want to show that you're responsible. So your parents will let you in the kitchen again. Because if it's not clean, I wouldn't let you back in the kitchen either. All right? If it was clean before you started, it's got to be clean when you finish. Okay? That's a sign of a good cook. All of your surface around you is clean because you want other people to be able to eat your food. So you want to make sure you're clean. That's why we wash our hands and things, because we want to make sure that when we're serving our food is clean. All right? All right, you guys have an awesome weekend, and I will talk to you later. Remember, send me a copy of your biscuits, okay? All righty, I'll see everybody later. Sign off. Bye-bye.